Today I am going to use these scraps of 18mm or 3/4 inch plywood to make a trivet. You can see these veneers here that are exposed, and I'm going to make a bit of a feature of these. But the first thing to do is to cut them square on the table saw. If you don't have a table saw, you can use a jigsaw, a circular saw, a bandsaw, or even a handsaw. Just be prepared that none of these methods are going to be as accurate and will take quite a lot longer. Then I could glue up the pieces, and I used a lollipop stick just to spread out the glue. Mainly because I didn't want glue all over my fingers, really. Once the glue had set, I could take off all of the clamps and scrape off some of the glue. To do the scraping, I used a sharp chisel just to get away the majority of the glue. Then I could use some 60 grit sandpaper in my vise to take off the rest of the glue and just to start flattening it. The burn marks created by the table saw I don't really want to remove. I think they give the piece a bit of character. Then I could cut everything down to length on the miter saw and used a stop block to make sure I got everything to a consistent length. Then it was back to sanding just to flatten everything. If I had a thickness planer, it would have been so much easier because lots of the pieces that I glued up unfortunately weren't very flat. Then I gave up with woodwork for the day and decided to try some stop motion animation. So there's a guy jumping up, and then he's going to go and just jump into a nice pool of water right down at the bottom. There he goes. Then I could glue up the 3 squares, and I used a ruler just to make sure that one side would hopefully be in line with each other. Then I could run them through the table saw just to clean up the other side, make sure they were all parallel to each other. Then I could glue up the 3 segments. And then clamp them together. Then I could wipe off the excess glue and then get back to sanding. There was an awful lot of sanding in this project, just to get everything as flat as I possibly can. And then the final thing to do was to apply some vegetable oil. I would have normally used boiled linseed oil, but technically this is going to be used around food, and I didn't want to take any chances, as boiled linseed oil is considered toxic. Thank you so much for watching today's video. As ever, if you have liked the video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one.